Okay, how about now? Hey, T-Bird. Well, I guess I've waited long enough. Hopefully I'm not too loud on this thing. Okay, that is too loud. Filters. Okay, maybe that's a little bit lower. Yeah, there's not much of a face left. Anyway, I guess I might as well get started. Yeah, there's not much of a face left. Anyway, I guess I might as well get started. Alright, I am definitely at the wrong spot. Guess I should start with the easy to recognize stuff. I did not touch much up here in the treehouse. There was just way too much that needed to be changed to even bother with, and it really didn't need it. This is the only addition I made. Make sure it's actually running. Okay, we got water. And I am not even going to talk about how long it took for me to build that. Just put some light on the situation. I don't remember there being light over here. Huh. That gives my spot away. I really need to sleep the night away. Get back up here. Hey, Dre. Still waiting to see if Casey's going to show up so I can show her how to do a rope bridge. Man, I suck using this thing on the keyboard. Alright, this is where it all gets very different.
Hello.
I threw a rug down. I put in a coffee shop. And I don't know, I guess I was thinking coffee shop plus bookstore. Threw in a bunch of books around. This is the apothecary, with complete with my custom grinding stones on the wall. I think this one was done about 3 or 4 months ago, and this one I did a month ago. This area I really haven't been able to figure out what I want to do with it. I got a meat prep table over here. I can tell you how I came up with that idea later. This is where I started on this build. Yeah, see the explosive over here. This shipping and receiving desk was my first change to this world way back in July. I did all of that by hand, and I was really proud of it. You walk outside. These were the only explosives I had initially planned on putting in here until I decided to blow the place up. And here's my hot water heater that I devised. I noticed in some of the winter contest entries that people had started doing something similar to what I did here with the pipes. I really don't know who came up with the idea first, but it is what it is. I felt like it was probably an independent thought process because, I mean, it's just something you need. This is the only spot in the entire build that I have any explosives in. You know, the cart's right out here downstairs. I placed every single one of these explosives in the dark spots. I can't remember if I had come up with the checker floor or no. Chisel had done that too. I think I put some explosives in these 2 barrels. I started off over here with making some changes to the bottles specifically. You notice one's missing. That's the mini game for Chip. And he is going to have a time finding where I placed that, because it's not even here at the Forest Village build. Let's see, did I put anything upstairs? I don't think I did.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey!
Hi.
Oh, right, I did a little bit of addition over here. I think it was just the explosive barrel over here in the corner. That's right, I couldn't get any of them to fit in the drums. I was very sad about that. I was really looking forward to being able to blow that drum set up for some reason. I think that's all that I've done in here.
Hello. Hi.
And then we get to this mess out here. This is one of the only 2 water sources on the build. The other one that goes to the water slide. I'm gonna tell you, it was fun trying to find all the leaks on that. I had water all over the side of the tree at one point. This goes over to this. Whoa. Looks like I got a leak somewhere. Huh. Well. Ow. Oh well, at least the waterfall works. Decided to get creative at one point and put some shroud guys over here. And then on the other side... Do I have explosives on him? Huh. Now I'm seeing things. Anyway, on the other side over here with the carpenter's house, I have the shinies. And Pike Me gets over here watching over the rotting pumpkin. I still hate that he had put all that work into that. This was my blacksmith shop. I put in... When was that? I think that was about 3 or 4 months ago. I put mine in long before Chisel had decided what he was going to put over here, I guess. I went for a flat roof because it was different. Got me a little fire pit in the floor. Probably don't want to stand on it or it'll ruin your shoes. Got the actual forge over here with a free-placed bellows. There's my quench tank. And I decided that I really hated the fact that the anvil was stuck to the forge, so I put one inside of the wall over here. And it just looks out of place when I think about it now. I've also got the blast forge furnace over here. And let's see if I can get a close up. I sank this... What was that? I don't remember if this was the masonry tools or the thing you get for the blacksmith, but I sank it into the workbench over here to make the tools look like they were actually loose. You can see the feet sticking up behind the table. Let's see, what else is over here? Work orders. Money safe. Actually, is there anything in here? Okay. Don't know why the blacksmith needs a windmill, but that's in there. Now, I was really unhappy with the way that my pond actually formed as I was cutting it out. I'm probably going to end up going through and cleaning it up some more. It's real blocky on the sides. And I decided to pull a chip and cut in a back entrance into the storage area. Mine's in the ceiling. And it's very hard to get up to it. Even for me. Okay. There, I did it. I still have to put a fountain in over here. Still no Katie? Of course not. I don't remember what my thought process was behind this dragon, but I was like, I just wanted to just bust out of the wall. And I put some the white glowing luminescent blocks behind it to make it shine even more. And then there's my much fewer than Chisel's chests all over the place. I've been trying to see about making a list of all the items in the game so I could make some sort of a map. This out here has not changed at all from Chip's build. I think this was one of the first few places he worked on. And came out here, I threw another one of these things out here trying to get that stupid quest to clear. I don't know what that was all about. It must have been a bug. Plenty of water being collected. I wasn't real happy with the fact that all of the sugarcane over here looked the same. And I never got around to finishing with fixing it. I think 2 of these are restricted to the next to last growth stage. And it looks the same as everything else, so it is what it is. Oh. Chisel put a lot of ice in this place when he first built it. I think I spent a good 3 months getting all of the ice out, even after the water update came out. This is from the same water source up at the top. Comes all the way around. Put that shut off gates just in case I needed to work over here on this. Is that the leak? Nope. I'm not far enough yet. Got another retention pool right here. I was very unhappy with the way that this looked with the natural stone because it looked like it was stopping the water to me. So I came in and I tore what I had done up and put actual blocks in all the way down to here. And this is my rice and algae ponds. I've got the small one over here and the big one over here for rice right now, which the big one's not even full, of course. And this one's just algae for right now. My plan was for the big pool to be used when I'm actually growing something for resources. And then the other 2 are basically backstock in case I stopped paying attention to what I was doing and ran out. Which I'm very prone to do. Let's see. This is my latest edition. It's what I've been working on for the past week or so. I still love the sound of these flames. That I just set down earlier today because I needed to decide on what to use. I'm going to have that sunk all the way down into the floor so that only the flame is sticking up. And it's kind of sort of a concept of a corrupted flame. That's the jailer. And the nameless dude is going to be in here. I really wish I had a gate that I could put on that, but waiting on King on that one. Oh, I have a little present in here for Chip. Oh, I haven't put it in yet. I have 2 secret doors over there. One of them is just a hole in the wall, and the other one's going to have a chest that has nothing but a book in it. Because we know Chip loves to read. Oh, I probably should go through the treehouse too. That's it, I'm getting my controller. I had to add in the flame altar I started from up in towards the top of this tree to be able to add this in, and there's not much to it really. I just came in here and just started cutting holes, and pretty much removed most of the heartwood till I got out towards the bark, and I think I added this back in because I just wanted there to be something in the middle. Came up here, did pretty much the same thing. I need to raise that thing up a little bit because it's always in the way. Came out here, and what did I do with that? Oh, that's the reading spot for the hunter. This is the hunter's area. Um, well, I guess that was all I added down on this level. Don't remember why I decided to add the stairs over here. This goes up to the next level, which is where the hunter's bed is, which she has completely abandoned, of course. Nightstand, candles, another stairwell up, and this was where I started. Well, this is actually where I finished the bridge at. I started from the other end. I had started off with the flame altar being in here, and I decided to move in all of the hunter's junk into here and move the flame altar outside first. Up there. Where I thought the hunter was going to leave it alone, but no, she hangs up here all the time. This is my pride and joy, though. This was something I came up with and built all by myself. I still don't like the way that the tree looks, but this connects pretty much one side of the build all the way to the other. See, there's the farm where I added the scarecrow. No goats were drowned in this one, by the way. I guess Katie didn't really want to come check it out. What else was I going to show off? Oh, my secret entrance that I came out of earlier. I was really proud of that until I realized there's a light right above it. But yeah, if you don't know to look for it, you can't really tell that it's there. And I don't suggest trying to climb up that because it's all covered in ice. Started on this long before the water update came out. I might have even started on it before they announced it. Anyway, back to the bridge because that's what Casey wanted me to cover, and she'll probably watch the replay if nothing else. Each one of these planks is made up of, I think it's 4. Yes, 4 signboards, and then the instrument stands are being used for an impromptu rail. Really wish I had some way of putting rope through these, but it is what it is. As far as how I placed them, they were all free placed. On this end, anyway. I don't know if I was paying attention to it or not when I was working on this, but as you can see, it was not lining up with the block grid, so this was a very hard to position bridge. And what I would do is basically set down a block like that and then use it to place each of the boards where they needed to go. There's a lot of trial and error at first, and I eventually got used to it. There's a few of them that, like that one right there, that's a little too high in my opinion, but I was so done with this build by the time I got to where it is now that I don't think I'm going to change anything else with it. This side of the bridge I intentionally put to where it was in line with the grid because I was tired. I had already spent well over a month working on this stuff. I think I did this side in about 3 days. And it's okay, but I just don't feel like the sweep on this side is as well formed as it was on the other. Let me run over here real quick. I posted a couple of screenshots of this on Chisel's Discord to get some opinions of it. There we go. But yeah, even the sweep on this one's not real great. It's supposed to drop more on the higher side and then sweep gently up to the other end, and it doesn't do that. So perfect bridges are very hard to put in this build. Especially considering I wasn't real confident with my abilities to build with this stuff, and I'm still shocked it looks as good as it does. Eventually I'm going to have to get Chisel to come on here and fix this tree, because it needs work. What did I do to that tree? More importantly, what did it do to me? Wow. This tree needs a lot of work. I don't remember if I said what I made it with. The bridge itself was made with signboards, the ones that go on the wall, and the instrument stands are the things that I used for the rail. Honestly, I didn't use a very good reference picture when I was making this thing. Otherwise, I'd have realized that what I was doing on the other side was just not working out. I really need to come in here and redo this wood, because it's all the same block all throughout, and it's very blah. Still surprised I can run up this thing. could have sworn I had started a food truck over here. I must have removed it. But yeah, this is another one of Chisel's builds, and I did not do much with it. Did I do anything with it? No. I was going to do like he did and add a stream over here. I was actually going to try redirecting this because this channel just doesn't look right. Not to me anyway. But yeah, I was going to redirect this over to the barn, and looking at the plan, it's just not going to work out. But yeah, the only change I was going to make over here to the farm was I was going to extend the fence over to this side so that I could somehow work the stream in to where the animals could get to it without escaping. Because we know how escaping is a big issue with these guys. I did not realize that was a yak. That reminds me, I wonder if any of them got stuck again. What the hell? Hey! Really? Let's see. What else was it that I needed to show off in here? That was pretty much it. I also showed off some screenshots of the waterfall that showcased the lights that I put in. I actually had angled my character specifically to hide the big guy somehow and still show the waterfall. And nobody seemed to have noticed that I was even doing that. I was kind of shocked at that. But yeah, I've got blue at the bottom, I think purple in the middle. Where are they? Yes, purple in the middle and then orange at the top. And as soon as it gets dark, I can show it. Any second now. It's really weird that the blue shows up even during the daytime and everything else doesn't. Oh, I forgot all about showing off my version of the carpenter's house. There's nothing special about it. I mostly replicated what Chisel had done with his. I did add a bathroom in there, sort of. Come on, dark time. There we go. And as you can tell, it's not perfect because I didn't really think through the distances between each of the sets of lights, but it's still pretty, and that was all I was really looking for. Jump over here. This is the carpenter's house. I really threw these lights out here for no real reason other than they were in my inventory. I spent a lot of time on this fireplace trying to get something that would make a very big fire, and I completely failed on that one. Nothing good came from that. Up here, I did just bare minimum. I placed this thing over here to free place something on, and I never got around to doing it. And that's a lot of books for someone like Cade. But he's got a little reading light over there. He's not over here because I have him over at the hunter's house, because that's the latest one I was actually having him build stuff for. Oh, this must have been one of the first places I started sinking the platters and the coasters in. Because as you can tell, the plate and the potion both don't have a visible coaster up under them. What I had done is I had placed the platter and the coaster and then removed the table, and then I went ahead and placed the food and drink in there, and then added the table back. I'm pretty sure everybody knows how to do that by now. One thing Chisel did in this build that it irks me. These stairs are terrible. No offense to him, I mean, there's not much that could be done with this. But I'm eventually going to tear these out, and I don't know if I'm going to use the tombstone lids or something else, but I'm going to come in here and I'll manually place something to replace these steps with, because the NPCs don't use that. Even if they could figure out the pathway, they don't use it. So there's no point having to worry about that. Oh, I forgot about one spot, and I'm going the wrong way. Get out of the way, dude.
Hi.
This right here. Can you guess how long it took for me to figure out how to hide that entrance? Because that's where the entrance to the Alchemist Cove is. Cave, excuse me. And I really don't know why I put green torches in here, because it just doesn't help the vibe. This was something that was inspired by one of the early showcases Chisel did on his channel. I wanted to say it was Kilu, but it was somebody else. And I really wanted there to be a lot more stuff than this floating around. It's kind of sort of meant to be like a whirlwind of debris, but I had decided not to go overboard because it would have taken me forever to get them placed, and it would have made it almost impossible to walk through here. I was nice enough to give Balthazar a bed in here, along with a few books for him to read. Yeah, cleaning that out's his job. How many did I put over here? Okay, I see the spiced tea and the wisp light on this one. It's really hard for me to see this stuff. Okay, that must be a mana potion. That looks like everything over there. Didn't put anything on that one. Didn't put anything on that one. Needless to say, I decided to make Balthazar the bookworm, which, being a wizard and a alchemist, that kind of tracks. What did I give him to drink? Oh, that's one of those newer teas that came with the Shroud update. I could have sworn I put this sandwich over here on the table itself, kind of making fun of him being a slob or something. Oh. I was about to say, what happened to it over here? I forgot all the books are from the secret door. This one took a while, because I had to place each depth into the shelf at a time, and then remove the bookshelf and add the potions. I think this was before I figured out how the targeting works when it comes to props and things like that in this game. See, the little dot right there shows you what you're targeting, so that tells you what you're actually looking at, but as you can tell, that's not what the targeting system thinks I'm targeting. That would explain why I didn't do these things all at once. What else did I do? Oh, I never finished this end. I wanted it to be a little less obvious that there was a secret door over this side, so I threw some extra books in. Wasn't a whole lot, but it was enough to get the point across without blocking the way. In here, my general plan was to use props to cover up these glowing blocks so that it glowed, but you couldn't tell what the glow was coming from. And it just empties out into nature, basically. Where is my ring? I keep trying to point out this statue to Chisel every time he walks by it on his world, because that was what I used to pick the spot to put that cave in. I dug it out from this end. Figuring out how to get to that stairwell was very difficult. If I remember correctly, I placed blocks all the way around this way to count, so I would know how to get to where I wanted it to come out at.
Hey.
Hi. The NPCs are so friendly. Oh, I forgot about this. I added in this walkway over here from where Chisel had stopped. Right here. Using the same field stones he did, so it would blend. Comes around above the rice and algae fields, and I just decided I was tired of walking off into the water, so I added all of these lights in. And I stopped where the field stones ended, because the way that I was thinking was the hunter's the only person that's going to be coming out this way on a regular basis. I might change that depending on who I decide to start shipping with her. But yeah, this was a lot of work. And I'm still not real happy with the way that especially this area turned out. It just felt too blocky to me. And I think I ended up trying to be a little too functional with this part versus making it look good, because by the time I started on all of this, I was already heavily reliant on the resource worlds. Let's see. And this tree. You know, Chisel always dogs out how the trees look in Blackmar, and he's got a point. I found out as I was going up this one over here that these trees almost go straight up. There's not a whole lot of variation in the thickness of the tree. It actually gets thicker as it goes up a little bit because of trying to gradually get to where the branches come out. And I decided at some point that I was going to just build my own tree, and that was where the bridge was going to stop. And once I got the tree, the height of the main trunk built, and I got the bridge over to it, I was like, okay, well, how am I supposed to get over here? So I decided, I guess I'm just going to have to finish the bridge. So I brought it over here. And I decided that's a gotta have. Because it's coming through the tree house over here is very disorienting for me, despite the fact that I'm the one that built it. So I just decided to just forego it completely whenever I needed to. I don't come over here very often when I'm not trying to build over here anyway. I probably need to pick up this bed. I have beds laid down pretty much everywhere in this build that I was working on a lot. Oh, the other one's over here. This was the first water wheel I put in. I thought it looked really nice. Then I found out that it does not fuel anything down in the alchemist cave. So I decided, I guess I'm gonna have to add in another one. And it's working suddenly. Interesting. Oh, my bed. Where is my bed? I moved it. Where did I put that bed? Oh, that's the one I just took up. Another thing that I noticed while I was working on this build was over here. I think it was right here. The blacksmith kept getting stuck because he would get over here and he couldn't get back out because NPCs can only step up one block at a time, apparently. Let's fix that. Sort of. My settings really suck on this game. Oh. That's a different type of rock. Oops. Anyway. Trying to remember when I built this place. I mostly went by the footprint that Chisel had already laid down when I came up here. He already had the double rectangle sort of going. So I stuck with that, and when I realized that blacksmith needs a place to go to the bathroom, I threw this in the corner, right next to where he goes to sleep. And I wonder why he's always angry. Now that I think about it, he hasn't yelled at me lately. Huh. Oh well. Has Casey shown up yet? I guess she's not going to. This was... I think this was the only attempt I ever made on a on a terrain roof. I forgot to put this chest over here. First death on stream. That was terrible. Let's see. Where was that? Second death on stream. This is just starting to get embarrassing now. Anytime today. Where was I even going? Oh. Is that my loot? It was just my coins. I put a band-aid over here. I guess that was for all the times I probably fell off to my death working on that place. Let's see. There's the random ass statue I decided to place down for no apparent reason. Oh, that reminds me. Is that up there? I think it is. is that branch at? Now I know it's been a minute. I have a random branch on here somewhere that I placed some stuff on. Is it out this way? No. Oh, there it is. How do I get over there? Okay. That's how. This very steep hill right here is where I cut in. Well, if I didn't cut in, I added in the slide. Back when it was only ice. I thought I had a book over here. Oh well. I have a candle that I almost buried. I must have come over here and added some stuff. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have that's different from Chisel's build. He's done a much better job than I have in a lot of things. The smoothness of his pond is something I focus on a lot whenever I see him on stream. No! We are not gonna die again. Dang it. Now I gotta go make a backup. See if I can find this quickly enough. Users. Gaming. Enshrouded. Control A. Okay, y'all want to see me finally blow something up? I'm curious to see if those explosives outside will actually hit anything. Alright. I guess I'm going to cut it after this because I don't really have a whole lot else planned, and I tend to prefer to do that type of stuff. I am going to blow the kitchen up. once I find the kitchen. Hi there. Oh, when I first started working on this place, my initial plan was to hide all of the explosives. You'll notice if you look at the ceiling in Chisel's version, the ceiling is higher. That's because I doubled it up over here so that you can't see the explosive barrels that I placed up here in the kitchen area. These are all big enough just to stick past the bottom of the floor if I had left it as it was. And I'm gonna get away from the explosives before I blow them up. What have I got? Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him with a stun arrow. Nope. Why waste arrows? Didn't think so. Gonna have to put something up here on the balcony. Do I have any... I don't have any explosive barrels out there right now, and I don't want to be in here when I blow it up.
Oh.
This is quite the conundrum. Where did I put my explosives? Maybe those are downstairs. I think they're down here. No. 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 Where are the explosives at?
Hello.
All right. No. 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 Well, this sucks. I don't remember where I put my explosives at. Where in the hell world did I put them things? Where indeed? Oh, maybe I put them over at the hunter's house. Did Ebony ever make it?
Welcome.
I can see right now I'm going to have to do some work on my computer because this thing is starting to be a little laggy. No explosives. You know what? I do not want to use any of the explosive arrows because that would be cheating. I'm curious to see how much damage the explosives I have placed will do, as is. Although I already can tell that I'm going to have to place something out on that balcony because over outside of shipping and receiving is where I'm planning on doing the Big Bang, as we'll call it. Come on, where did I put it? Already looked over there. No. 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 Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go talk to this guy. Of course. It was only the last place I looked. Okay, let's... I went too far. Run over here. Run over here. Run up here. Hopefully without jumping off again. Run through here. Oh.
Hey!
Okay, so... Huh. It looks like I'm gonna have to put another one right here. Oh my! I do believe I blew some stuff up. Okay. I am confused. That is weird. Okay. So I'm guessing that's a bug of some sort, because I'm fairly certain that those all blew up. Let's see. There's no floor up there, Eric. Can I land on these? Yes, I can. I'm starting to think that there's a limitation on the number of explosives you can have blow up. Well, okay then. Well, I guess I'm going to call it at that. I am... What the hell was that?
Hi.
Hi, kitty. Where are you from? Right. Okay, I guess that's gonna be it for tonight. Y'all have a good night. I will try doing something next week. I'm not sure what. I definitely need to do some work on figuring out the explosives, apparently. Y'all have a good night, and I will see you next time.